Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announced on December 1st that after meeting with Donald Trump, she is recommending a sweeping travel ban on every country she claims is sending dangerous immigrants to the United States. In a fiery post on X, Noem said the ban targets countries that have been sending killers and leeches. "I just met with the president. I am recommending a full travel ban on every damn country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies," Noem said. She criticized some immigrants as dangers to community safety and claimed they were consuming resources intended for U.S. citizens. Noem argued that the nation's founders created America through sacrifice and a devotion to liberty, saying it was never meant for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes. The announcement followed reports from law enforcement that an Afghan immigrant allegedly assaulted 2 National Guard troops on November 26th in Washington, D.C., only a few blocks from the White House. In a recent press interaction, reporters asked Trump about the denaturalization plan, and he bluntly replied, "I want them out, all of them."
On immigration, your administration made a lot of moves throughout the last few days after we know that Afghan national is the suspected shooter of these National Guardsmen.
Yeah, people that shouldn't be in our country. That's right.
So you announced that asylum.
And that includes Somalians and it includes plenty of others.
How long does your administration plan to pause asylum into the U.S.?
I think a long time.
Can you give any kind of time?
We don't want those people. We have enough problems. We don't want those people.
Is that a year, 2 years?
No time limit.
And then,
but it could be a long time.
You said that
we don't want those people. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Do you understand it?
I understand.
Who are you with?
I'm with News Nation. So
okay,
my name's Kristi.
News Nation. Great. Let me just tell you something. We don't want those people. Does that make sense? You know why we don't want them? Because many of them are no good, and they shouldn't be in our country.
What do you mean by those people? Can you
the people from different countries that are not friendly to us, and countries that are out of control themselves. Countries like Somalia that have virtually no government, no military, no police. All they do is go around killing each other. Then they come into our country and tell us how to run our country. We don't want them.
You
gotta talk up.
She said how many countries?
Is there a list?
Well, I guess we gave you 19, right? And there's probably more than that.
Is that what you mean when you mean third world countries, those 19?
No, I don't think they're all third world, but in many cases they are third world. They're not good countries. They're very crime-ridden countries. They're countries that don't do a good job. They're countries that don't register from the standpoint of success. And we, frankly, don't need their people coming into our country telling us what to do.
When you talk about denaturalization,
I'm talking about like Somalia, where you have a congressman goes around telling everybody about our Constitution, and yet she supposedly came into our country by marrying her brother. Well, if that's true, she shouldn't be a congressman, and we should throw her the hell out of our country.
Off of that, in that same post, you mentioned Tim Walz, and you called him what many Americans do find an offensive word, retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
But you don't think
you have a problem with him? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into his state and pay billions of dollars out to Somalia. We give billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country. Yeah, there's something wrong with Walz.
Mr. President, you said that you might denaturalize some American citizens. Can you talk about
You mean people that are in here that shouldn't be here?
that became Americans? Are you trying
Well, we'll
to
see. I mean, yeah, we have criminals that came into our country and they were naturalized maybe through a Biden or somebody that didn't know what they were doing. If I have the power to do it, I'm not sure that I do, but if I do, I would denaturalize absolutely. Yeah, do you have a question? Yeah.
What do you mean by reverse migration?
It means get people out that are in our country. Get them out of here. I want to get them out. We got a lot of people in our country that shouldn't be here, and they came in through Biden, and he was the worst president in the history of our country. But the single biggest thing he did was allow millions of people into our country that shouldn't be here. Drug dealers, prisons were opened up and allowed to come into our country. You take a look at the people that were allowed to come into our country. We're paying a big price for it, and we will for years to come, including the recent killer of two wonderful National Guards people. And I'll tell you what, that animal should not have been allowed to come into our country. Thank you very much, everybody.
Have you spoken with Andrew Wolf's family? Can you give us an update on
I have spoken to both families. Well, I mean, I can give you an update. They're devastated. Does that make sense to you?
Of course.
They're devastated.
Can you give us an update on Andrew Wolf's decision?
Well, as you know, the one is no longer with us, and Andrew is fighting for his life. And his parents are unbelievably great people, highly religious people, and they're praying, and they want everybody to pray for Andrew, and he has a chance to make it, but he is, I mean, his mother and father, they were so unbelievable. They were so positive. From West Virginia, great state. I spoke with Sarah's parents, too, and the only thing I can say, they were devastated.
Do you plan
They
to
can't even believe it. It could happen.
It's absolutely devastating, of course, to lose your children. Do you plan to bring the Beckstroms to the White House?
Yeah, I do. I've already suggested it. I said, when you're ready, because that's a tough thing, come to the White House. We're going to honor Sarah. And likewise with Andrew, recover or not, we're going to honor her.
Earlier, the U.S. president called for a permanent pause on migration from all third world countries. In a lengthy Truth Social post, the president vowed to permanently pause migration from what he called third world countries. The message was posted hours after a National Guard member deployed in Washington, D.C. died from injuries sustained in Wednesday's shooting. In his post, Trump blamed migration policies for what he described as a growing national security threat. He wrote that only reverse migration can fully cure this situation. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those that hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything that America stands for. You won't be here for long. The president went on to claim that most immigrants in the U.S. are, in his words, from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. Trump's rhetoric intensified throughout the day. He criticized Minnesota's Somali community and used slur to describe Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's remarks that drew immediate condemnation from civil rights groups and Democratic lawmakers. Trump also criticized Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, accusing her of maligning the United States and referencing her Somali origin.
No, but we've had a lot of problems with Afghans because they had a lot of them coming in on these planes. Again, I show you this picture. We had a lot of them coming in on these planes that are, look at them. There was no check-in. They just poured into the plane. And many of these people are criminals. Many of these people are people that shouldn't be here. And many of them have been gotten out. I mean, we've gotten out a lot of the people that, we've taken a lot of them out of here. This heinous atrocity reminds us that we have no greater national security priority than ensuring that we have full control over the people that enter and remain in our country. For the most part, we don't want them. They come in illegally. They have a lot of problems. Their countries force them in because their countries are smart. They don't want them. Let's give them to the Americans to take care of. They come out of jails in many cases, mental institutions. They're gang members. They're drug dealers. We don't want them.